Hey guys, it's Todd, Mark, and Jim from Like Minded Lunatics, bringing you another Drink, Play, Swear. Hey, it's all we do around here. I mean, besides ruminating on our terrible, vengeful mistakes from the past, it's all we have time to do around here. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Like Minded Lunatics, and welcome back to Drink, Play, Swear. No, you guys know that Like Minded Lunatics is not just Drink, Play, Swear. In fact, a lot of the best videos, I think, are Mark and Jim on the Friday night videos. Mark, put one of those up, would you?
All right, I'm going to leave it up to Jim. Jim, which one do we do?
I think our best one so far has been our Manskin video, if I'm pronouncing that properly. That was a great video. You got way out of hand. I had to bring you back from the precipice, but we still had fun nonetheless.
I feel like the reason it got out of hand is because my outfit was just far too sexy for the episode, and you lost control of yourself.
I did. The pheromones were coming off. Some people might call it stank. I call it pheromones. I was very entranced.
Yeah, I get it.
And while I'm thinking about it, guys, please hit that subscribe button so we can see how much bigger this family of like-minded weirdos gets. And it gets bigger every day. That makes us excited. So, what do we do around here? All right, well, it's just like it sounds. Drink, play, swear. We play a game, usually a classic one. Pair it with a beverage. And, well, it used to just be me telling stories, but thankfully, now I'm joined by these dudes. So, what are we playing today? Let's check that out. It's a 3-player game. It's Warriors of Fate, which is like the most forgettable title in the Capcom library. What do you guys, before we pick players, hit start, but before we pick players, what are you guys drinking today?
I'm going with the juicy IPA from 512 Brewing here in Austin.
Nice. What do you got,
I've
Jim?
got a Yingling Light Lager, 99 calories. I got to watch it, fellas. I just went through home reno and the pandemic. I'm anywhere between 6 to 10 pounds higher than I want to be. So it's not looking good for me.
And you're giving the Philly love there.
Giving the Philly love, I have to make fun of them, but I do love their cheap beer.
We waited too long. It selected characters for us. So we're gonna
Jesus.
have to figure it out. Yeah.
No, I picked mine. I'm the karate guy. That's what I always go with, is karate guy.
Oh, I'm Porter.
I don't know who I am. I'm lost.
I'm going to beat this guy in the head. Right in the head.
Oh, I don't know who I am either.
Oh, wait, am I punching one of you? Is it?
Oh, no, I'm the, yeah, you're punching me.
Oh, Christ.
We have never played this game before.
Outfit.
I still don't know who I am. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. Their character designs all look way too similar.
All right, I'm Porter. For folks watching.
Say Porter for us.
Me?
Yeah, say Porter.
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 That was worth it. All right, so in preparation for today, I talked to Mark and Jim about preparing stories. Each of us, just a real short one.
Yeah.
And I still am not 100% sure that I'm actually playing.
It looks like you are. It says that you are.
You know, this kind of reminds me, remember when like little kids would go and they haven't put their quarter in and they just mash buttons?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like we're doing right now.
That's me, dude.
You're just mashing it.
All right.
She does that.
Spank it till it stinks.
God.
So, in preparation for today, I asked these guys to think about stories along the theme of cut off the, what is the phrase? Cut off the nose to spite the face?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I read that there was some like a woman who would eventually gain sainthood in the Catholic Church. That when the Vikings came for them, she cut off her own nose so that they would not find her attractive.
That's where that comes from?
That's pretty cool.
So I don't know if that's the original, but anyway, we all have done things that we regret, and we even sort of knew at the time was a bad idea, you know?
Yeah.
The thing about the three of us that I think we share, what makes us like-minded in our lunacy, is that, well, we're not unintelligent. We're pretty smart guys, and yet we've done things in the past because of rage that we sort of knew we shouldn't have done. So I'm going to start as we get here into this game on the first boss. I'm going to start with my story, and it comes from high school. In high school, me and my friends, we hung out at Jim's coffee shop a lot. Jim's restaurant, for those of you not from Central or South Texas, It was like a diner, a local chain, regional chain diner. And what was great about it is that in high school, we were all cigarette smokers, and it's hot as hell in Texas. And so that was a place you could smoke cigarettes in the air conditioning. Sometimes the management liked us there, and sometimes they didn't. And the turnaround time on the managers was crazy, right? It's like every month there's a new manager. We would hang out there, and that was the thing. It was before cell phones. We would hang out at gyms. You wouldn't even call anyone ahead of time. You just show up to gyms and see who was there.
I can't even imagine making reservations or something like that at a gyms.
Right.
Even now, it's still that way.
Yeah. And you wouldn't even have to talk to your friends ahead of time. It was just going to be somebody there. So we would go all the time. There was this one great manager who loved us. I remember, we're all underage. We're begging the waiters to go buy us cigarettes. And this guy, well, I guess he didn't feel comfortable doing it. And this wonderful manager, Maureen, she was sort of like kind of half drunk all the time, but really pleasant. She comes over, all red-nosed, hearing us talk about this. And she says to the guy, she says, "You take that apron off right now and you go buy those nice kids cigarettes. And get me a pack of Pall Mall non-filters, So,
classy.
Yeah, but then the story I wanted to tell today, oh, cool, we just kicked his ass.
Nice.
The story I wanted to tell today is about the manager who hated us. And he hated us so badly that he would kick us out if we were, hit some kind of, volume that he wasn't appreciating. But he would always also start recharging us for our sodas every hour. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we paid $1.19 every hour to, try and chase us off.
Sure.
So much so that a couple of us started going to different gyms. We would go to gyms on Parambital and 410 instead of Broadway and 410, which was our home base, right? Well, one evening, I get a 911 page from a friend, and I go to the payphone and call.
Explain what pagers are.
Right. So before cell phones, we all had these pagers, and someone would call your pager number, and then they would input their phone number so that you knew to call them when you were at a phone. And then after the number, you could type a little code that would, show them the intent of the call. And if you put 911 at the end of it, it meant emergency. So I go to the payphone and I call, and it seems that 10 of my friends have not been allowed to sit down at the Broadway and 410 gyms because the manager claims that tall white kid with the Metallica t-shirts and the chain wallet didn't pay his bill last time.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That sounds like you.
So I'm like, well, I always pay my bill. I mean, I don't know. So I'll come over there and see. So I get to gyms, and sure enough, like the entire group is being held hostage up front at the front benches over by the payphone, and they're not allowed to sit down. So I go up and I'm to the guy and I'm like, all right, so what's this bill I was supposed to have paid? And he prints it out, and it's something I would have never ordered. It's like an iced tea and a soup. It's like a $4 bill. And I'm like, this isn't mine. And he's like, if somebody doesn't pay this right now, none of you are ever allowed back here.
Oh my God.
I'm with a new girlfriend in this moment.
Oh,
so
classy.
So I pay it because I'm trying to be like, I'm a
show
good
that
guy.
it's nothing for you. But
So
really, it's 5 of your $10 that you have on you at the time.
I'm
right.
a man of means. This is nothing.
So I pay it, right? With my first credit card, $4 bill on my credit card. I pay it, but under the tip portion, I write, "Go fuck yourself."
That's such a Todd thing to do.
Yeah, very passive aggressive. I write, "Go fuck yourself." And as I'm turning around, so my friends are all going to sit down and hang out, and I'm leaving with my girlfriend to go do something else. He sees it and he loses it, right? And he goes, "Lifetime ban! Lifetime ban!" I was lifetime banned from Broadway and 410 gyms, even though it was my favorite place in the world. So huge mistake. Thankfully, as I said, the managers there were rotating. That dude was gone in like 3 weeks, and I went right back to Jim's.
We're gonna say the turnover rate at those places is astronomical. There's no
Lifetime
way
ban.
Right.
He like sang it almost.
What you should do is go back. I think they just recently closed that one, but you should just go, and see if they ever open it up, if you're still banned. Like, excuse me, in 1999, I received a lifetime ban.
Do you have a paper notebook that
Yeah.
indicates bans in 1999?
Jim, wouldn't it be great if they had his stupid picture behind the register?
On a
It would be
Polaroid.
awesome.
It'd be a Polaroid of me smoking a cigarette.
I told friends last night is one of my biggest goals in life is to have my picture behind a cash register. Don't serve this man.
Right.
Don't accept, like the old Al Bundy, don't accept checks from this man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He's not welcome in this location. Well, I'll do my story. Mine's really quick. I thought I would do like because you both know I have a real problem with burning bridges and saying things that I'm not supposed to. So
One of my
there's
favorite things about you, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you. I try to live up to your expectations. So there's so many. So I thought I would go back to the earliest memory I have of saying something that got me that got us into trouble.
All right.
So during the summer, Mom would take me to the library. And it was a big thing. You live out in the middle of the country. You don't have any entertainment options other than UHF stations.
Sure.
And so the library was a big deal. And I don't remember exactly what had happened, but something had gotten messed up with our library card, and they were claiming that we owed money on something that we did not owe money for. And they were requiring us to pay it so that I could check out more books.
Yeah.
So Mom's livid, and we go through 2 or 3 register people, or librarians. We finally talked to the head librarian. I don't know the person's name, and the guy and he finally admitted that, okay, yeah, no, this was on us. And it was a long process.
That's weird. Both of our stories are financial transactions.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Yeah.
So he tells us he's sorry.
We did it.
In that moment, I gotta backtrack just a little bit. This was around the time that Beverly Hills Cop 2 came out.
Oh, God. Great.
And I have a bad habit of memorizing dialogue.
Sure.
And I don't know if you remember, but there's that moment where Charles Kane goes to Maxwell Dent.
Well, what are we doing? Spin lever and pound button.
My God.
Oh, it's an eating contest.
Uh-oh. See if I can eat more hot dogs than Todd like the last 2 years.
I don't even know how this works.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Spin the lever and hit the button.
What lever?
Your
Any lever.
joystick, dude. Man,
Oh
I
my
smoked
God.
you guys. If I can't do it in real life, I'll do it digitally.
No, it doesn't even count because no one knew what they were doing.
Oh, it doesn't count because you lost.
At least I wasn't last place like Mark. I got one word.
I won both of
Rubbish.
those. So
I can't tell the characters apart, but
No,
I'm pretty sure I came in second.
that is clearly the weakest part of this game. Is I don't know who the hell anybody is.
me either.
Yeah.
All right, but we're on level 3.
I'm the archer.
Mark,
Okay.
Mark, continue.
So in Beverly Hills Cop 2, there's a moment where Charles Kane goes to Maxwell Dent to tell him that the job at Adriano's had failed.
Yes.
And Kane says, Adriano's was perfectly planned. And Dent goes, Adriano's was perfect. And Dent goes, Adriano's was perfectly planned. It was executed with Neolithic incompetence.
Wow.
So the head librarian tells us that he's sorry and stuff like that. And as we're walking off, I mouth off, this place is ran with Neolithic incompetence. And Mom is like, what are you doing? And so she made me go back and apologize to the guy for saying they ran the place with Neolithic incompetence.
Dude, I don't think you should be
That's
sorry
pretty
about
good.
it.
Yeah,
I was
how
going to
old were
say,
you?
you
It
know,
was 1987, so
wow.
10?
30?
That's right, yeah. 27.
I really appreciate that. I try not to curse around my kids too much,
Yeah.
And so the result is that while I'm driving and angry, it just means that I get more robust in my vocabulary because I have to get creative.
Yes.
I think there's no reason to be insulted, especially because that probably hurt that librarian. I mean, assuming the librarian is a lover of language.
Right. This 10-year-old kid just said you ran your library with Neolithic incompetence.
Yeah, like just I think you should take pride in the misery you gave him that evening. Oh,
I
look, get
still
that.
do. Oh
Get
my
that
God.
thing. Somebody go get that
What
torch.
thing?
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Oh, God, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
Oh, look at this big dude.
Gavel.
All right, Jim, what do you got for us?
All right, so mine's a little different. I can be a contrarian at times.
Okay.
So about 10 years ago, we were all meeting after our Friday classes. This is when I was on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule.
Okay.
And every week somebody got to pick someplace different.
Yeah.
Well, just because one person in our group found this one place abhorrent, we'll say.
Okay.
It's a place akin to Hooters. Nothing ridiculous, but the wait staff is perhaps scantily clad.
Okay.
It's a restaurant.
It's
Right.
called Twin Peaks because
Yeah.
it's mountain themed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I said, you know what? I don't care. I want to go to Twin Peaks. It's my pick, and I knew that this
Everyone gets a
person
pick.
didn't
That's the idea behind the pick.
Right, exactly. But I knew this person didn't want to go, so I chose it.
This is a
And
colleague
put
of
my
ours
crown-
whom we have great affection for, though.
Oh, we love her. Right, went to grad school with her. I've known her 20 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we
But
go.
you're going to be an ass anyway.
Exactly. I
Right.
love it.
I love it.
And so we go and we show up and we walk in, and then and I can already tell she's uncomfortable, and I'm loving it. Then I turn my head, and it's one of my current students who's the waitress, and I immediately
no.
start blushing. I'm embarrassed for myself.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm embarrassed for my colleague now. I'm embarrassed for the student. I don't want to make eye contact. And
With anyone. How could
with
you want to make
anybody.
eye
I'm just sitting
contact?
there in the corner. I wish I was wearing a cap at the time so I can pull my cap down so they can't see my face.
And I would say, Jim, in general, I think you're very gregarious. Like, in a social situation, you've got a quick smile, a quick comment. You're usually very comfortable, even in moments that are sort of awkward.
I
So
am.
I can't even imagine you in this scenario.
It was horrible, and then she suggested that we leave. I immediately agreed and said, yes, let's get the hell out of here. And I thought to myself, well, you know what? That's what you get for being a jerk and wanting to go to Twin Peaks with all your colleagues from work.
So you didn't sit down for the beer.
We didn't even order the beer. We sat down before the waitress even. I saw who our waitress was.
Yeah.
And the colleague wanted to leave, and I immediately acquiesced and said, "Okay, let's go. Let's get the hell out of here," and cowered out.
see. You're
Here's
smart.
what I love about
What I
that
get.
story. I love that story so much. And
Oh no.
oh my God, we all died.
We're all rubbish.
I mean, this is like almost a perfect segue, Todd. It's like it's ending it for us.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah. I figured because this is an arcade beat 'em up, we'd have, oh no, here we are. Let's
Okay.
beat this boss.
So what I like about that story, Jim, is two things. The first thing is that you're acting as if you learned a lesson. There's no way you learned a lesson.
No, I would do it again and just hope that
Right.
no
It
one I
went
knew
different.
worked there.
That's my
Yeah.
point. The other thing that I like about the story is that our colleague was willing to leave. She's so nice because if that had been me, I would have requested that girl's station and that she be our server and said immediately, "Oh, you're one of Professor Longoria's students. How are you?" And
Don't
it
y'all
would have
know
been-
each other?
I would have made it as uncomfortable for you as possible. But our colleague is so sweet that she immediately was like, "Yeah, we can go."
Let's go. She should have made me stay there for being an ass.
100%
And sticking
should
to
have.
my guns, making her go there.
Yes.
And then she should have made me stay. Yeah, you're absolutely
That's
right.
representative of how badly she didn't want to
Exactly.
do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we smoked a number of bosses, so I think we did well here. And it sounds like we've made some wonderful mistakes in our past.
So many.
I feel like an enormous mistake to not play this game today. Although I don't think this is the best Capcom beat 'em.
It is not.
All right, boys. Well, you know what we do at the end of the show, because we're big boys around here.
I don't
We
care if
finish
this
our
part's
beverages.
off. I don't like
In between now and the next time we talk to you, we are Todd, Mark, and Jim. See ya.